Hey everybody, today my guest is Monika Leleń and she is a Polish queen breeder. Now, as you know, the Polish queen breeders have an amazing reputation. They've got some really good methods and they're incredibly efficient. So we're lucky enough to be hearing about some of those methods today. So Monika, welcome to the show.
Hello, Brent. Thank you. And hello for everyone who hear us.
Yeah, thanks. Now, first question, Monika, the reputation that you've got in Poland is for instrumental insemination. And I've heard that entire production apiaries in Poland use instrumental insemination. Do you want to tell us a bit about that?
Yes, of course. I think that maybe we should start about why we in Poland inseminate a lot of queens, because we are, I think, the biggest country where we inseminate a lot of queens. So we start insemination in Poland in 1963. So it's a long time ago. And many institutes and also many some kinds of research station start using insemination. And because we in Poland have four subspecies. It's Apis mellifera, Apis mellifera carnica, Apis mellifera caucasic, and also Ligustica, but not a lot. So many years ago, inseminators tried to combine a crossing that subspecies and also a lot of lines, which we have here. And beekeepers recognize that bees in the first, F1, in the first generation are very good, very honeyedness, and they collected a lot of honey. So it was a start that beekeepers started buying that queens, inseminated queens, and this is the reason. And of course, the second reason is that we have a problem in Poland with backfast bees, unfortunately. When backfast mating with carnica, for example, they are very aggressive after that. So beekeepers prefer buy inseminated queens because they don't want mating natural. That's the reasons, I think.
Mm-hmm. So I suppose if an entire apiary is using instrumental insemination, the cost of purchasing an instrumentally inseminated queen must be much lower than in other countries.
It depends. Some of that apiary is inseminated by themselves, and some of them buying. But I think the difference of prices is not very high, because we have also two kinds of insemination queens. I don't know that you know about that, but we sell inseminated queens with check linings, and it costs I think that €35 for one. But also we sell inseminated queens without check linings. After 5 days after insemination, we sell it, and she should start laying eggs in apiary in that beekeepers. So, and that queens are cheaper because it's, I think, 23 euros. It's the same price like mated queens. So it's not very big difference.
Are you saying that the price of an untested inseminated queen is the same as the price of a mated queen?
Yes.
Okay, I understand, right.
You know why? Because in inseminated queens, both of parents, that's it.
Yes. Yes.
That's it.
So you're saying that an inseminated queen that hasn't been tested, that is sold straight from the queen bank, is the same price as a mated queen in Poland?
Is the same price like mated queen, natural mated queen.
Yeah. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, that's interesting. So
Yeah. So
so that's much
mhm.
cheaper than in other countries. So for example,
Yes.
in Australia and the United States, you could spend hundreds of dollars on an inseminated queen.
Yes, but I think that you mean about reproduction queen. They are also inseminated, but they are not reproduction because in Poland also we sell reproduction queens, and they cost I don't know, maybe €100. Yes,
Yeah.
but they are reproduction. So
Yeah.
yeah,
We would call those breeder queens.
yes.
Yeah.
And also we have unmated queens, so the cost, because we talk about prices, unmated queen costs €7, and also they are very popular.
Yeah. And that's something else I wanted to discuss with you. Virgin queens is a really popular thing in Poland. And we'll come back to that. But before we move away from the inseminated queens, can you just tell me what would be the difference between an entire apiary of inseminated queens versus an entire apiary of open-meted queens? Is there any difference in the honey production?
It also depends because I think that natural mated queen are better biological. You know, they are more vitally stronger, etc. But about inseminated queens in production apiary, I think that it could be better. It depends of what line or what crossing you buy and what you want from that bees, because some of them want high production, honey production. Some of them want calmness and etc. It depends of traits. But in Poland, inseminated queens are very good also. They are big, they are strong, and I talked with Professor Wilde. Maybe you know that it's very famous in the world, in breeders' world, and he told me that inseminators in Poland are very good. Like they have not so many losses, and that queens are very strong and good, of course.
Now, Monika, you've got a place over there in Poland where you invite beekeepers to come and do courses. How many people are you having there per year to come and learn insemination and queen breeding skills?
10 or 12 or 20. It depends of the year. On that year, for a few months, will be 10 people, 10 persons, 10 people on one term. But I have also second term, it's free. So 10 and 10. So we try to organize 2 courses, 4 days for one, in July.
Excellent. And I've been talking to a few people who have done your course, and they've said it's absolutely amazing. And the things
Thank you.
the feedback that I've been getting is that if you know how to raise queens, doing your course adds an extra level of complexity, because you go through and you have some really, really precise methods that achieve an amazing efficiency. And one of the things, that I find really interesting is how the different little steps that you take. For example, one of the things that I think is really interesting is that you put the grafts into the cell builder for a day. So you put the frame from the breeder queen into the cell builder for a day for the larvae to be fed before they're
Yes,
grafted.
1 day before.
Yeah. So little things like that. And another thing I think is really interesting is you use wax cell cups.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you want to tell us about that?
Yes, of course. So maybe I should tell you that it's breeding queens. It's very important before the second step, before insemination, because you have to have very good queens, strong, big, and everything should be good with them. So that good queens are first step to the next step, insemination. Even if you are the best inseminator in the world and you have not so good queens, it's not common. It's not connected together. Yes, we use wax cups because we in our apiary very important is hygienic, and using wax cups. It's very important because we using it only once and change. But it's all, and also Professor Wilde told me that he did some research about that, and he said that queens are bigger after wax cups, not after plastic ones.
Mm-hmm. And you're also, so you're putting the wax cups into the colonies a day in advance so that they can be polished, right?
Yes, polish and some kind of smells. It's, because we try to back with larvae to the same colony. So it's maybe not high percent of successfully, but in breeding, you have 1% here, 2 here, 3% here, and everything. It's very important to have a good successful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But the most important is what you said. They polish, prepare for larvae. They also at the top. I don't know how to say it. It's like pyramid after polishing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Yeah, they bring it into an interesting, so a different type of shape.
Yes.
Yeah. And then before you graft, you also prime the cells, don't you?
Yes. Royal jelly mixed with water.
50% of each.
No, not 50. I don't know how. You should. It should be like yogurt consistency or something like that. Not too much and not too low, not too less.
Right.
Waters, not 50%. I think that low.
Mm-hmm. So do you want to tell listeners about the numbers of virgin queens that you're selling per year? Because that's a very high number that you're selling.
Yes, I can. But we are the biggest apiary in Poland, a breeding apiary. 35,000 per
35,000.
season.
35,000
But
virgin queens.
yes,
Wow.
5,000 they are mated queen, natural mated queen. Only 2,000 inseminated queens, and I think that maybe 5,000. Sorry, not thousand, but 500.
Mm-hmm. 500. Yep.
It's inseminated queens with check lying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So yes, it's a lot. That's most of them are virgin queens, of course.
Yeah. So it's not common in Australia, and I don't think it's very common in the US, although there are people like Corey Stevens who are doing it. Selling virgin queens is not really common in a lot of other countries, but it's very common in Poland. So how does somebody who's buying virgin queens prepare their colonies for accepting the virgin queens?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's very popular in Poland, and it's also not popular in a country near to Poland, like Austria, Germany. They also sell, like you, mated queens. Yes, our beekeepers are, even if they are hobbyistics, they have a lot of information about how to replace virgin queens to nucleus, for example, to hive, and it's only two, maybe two important things which you should do before you put unmated queen. The most important is that you shouldn't have inside open brood. That's the most important, because if you have open brood and you put virgin queen, the bees want to kill that queen, so prepare by themselves. And another thing, so you should prepare colony without queens about 9 days before you put virgin queens. And of course, 1 day before or the same day, you should destroy all cells, queen cells inside, because they will be, of course. And another thing is that you shouldn't have in that hive workers laying eggs. You know what I mean? Yeah, so that's it. And after a few days, after 4 days, you can check she is inside or not, and maybe not 3, sorry. After 5 days, after 5 or 6 days, you should check that she is or not, because if we send unmated queen in Poland, it's very interesting, I think, because most of them, 90% of them, will be in our beekeepers 1 day after. And also, it's very important that we should send virgin queens at the same day when they
hatch.
No, yes, they hatch, exactly. So they hatch on Monday. We send on Monday, and on Tuesday, beekeeper can put to the hive. It's very important because every day after hatching, queen smells are different. So, she is older and older, and it's harder.
Yeah. So when she hatches, do you feed her?
Feed?
Yeah.
Yes. Inside the incubators, because some of them hatching at the night, so they have small pieces of cake. I don't know how to say that cake. Honey with sugar.
Yeah, a little bit
Candle?
of candy or fondant. Yeah.
Candy, yes, candy. So not so much. And of course, we sell it with in cages with bees and with candle also.
Mm-hmm. Excellent.
Candy.
Yeah, so you're sending them with attendants and a candy plug.
Sorry, could you repeat?
When you send the bees, you're selling the bees come with the nurse bees.
Of course, 10 or 12. Yeah, depend of temperatures, because if it's very high, like in Poland, 25 and more degrees, we put 8 or 10 bees. But at the beginning of spring, the beginning of season, when the temperature, especially at the night, it's not so high, we put more, 12, maybe 14 sometimes. And of course, that bees should be from brood, collecting from brood.
So the people who are buying the virgin queens, they know 2 weeks in advance, they'll order them, and then they'll make their colonies queenless and go through that method that you explained. So that's the whole process there. We would call that hopelessly queenless. Yeah. So there's no possibility for the colony to raise their own queen after that. They must accept the virgin queen.
I think that breeders in Poland help a lot for beekeepers and explain how to do it in a good way. So I think that's very important. Only in our websites are information about that, in lessons, and so we talk about that many times.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
So you mentioned there the Mini Plus. I've noticed on your website that you use Lyson Mini Plus mating nukes for your open mated queens. What's your opinion of these mating nukes?
Yes, it's some kind of cubes. And we say sometimes that we will go playing in Lego because it's like Lego, especially when they're colorful. Yeah, it's very good solution for us, for mating queens, but also it's very good solution for beekeepers. Like I said before, we try to explain for beekeepers that they can have in Mini Plus system reserved queens, because you that Mini Plus you can have during the winter also, not yeah.
Yeah,
You have
you can overwinter them.
yes.
Yeah.
And now we have 3,030 Mini Plus now. I think that we will have some kind of losses after winter, but it's very good. So for mated queens, Mini Plus system it's very good, because at the beginning of spring, if you have Mini Plus in during the winter, at the beginning of spring, you have, for example, two comb, yes, two boxes with brood and food. And from, for example, starting from at the beginning of March to the end of April, you develop that Mini Plus, and at the end of April, in Poland, you have 5 combinations, 5 boxes. In 5 boxes, you have 30 frames, and you can do it from that 30 frames split and prepare 15 Mini Plus with 3 frames. So it's very easy. And then you put queen cells inside and start insemination. And also, of course, we put not queens, hatching queens inside, but only queen cells, because it's shorter time for that. And yes, it's if we have Mini Plus for mating queens, we have 2 places. One boxes is split for two.
Divided. Yeah.
In one, yes, one have 3 frames and another also 3 frames. When we split at the beginning of May, the end of April, we put 1 frame of wax foundation, 1 frame of brood and food third. That's it. It's very simple. And of course, entrance, they have the another side.
Yeah. So do you think that these particular mating nukes, apart from the fact that you can bring them through winter, do you think they have any more advantages over the very small styrofoam mating nukes that people use?
It depends, of course, because minus of Mini Plus, it's that we have brood in a long time. So if we think about disease, it's not so good. It's worst. But Apidera, I think that I never used, but I think that you have to put bees inside at the beginning of season and after destroy it. Yes, for us, but we are specific breeders because we breed a lot. It's not economical, Apidera. So yeah, we prefer mini plus system because it's easy. We know that system very good, and of course it's if we split mini plus for mating queens, and we have a lot of boxes, one boxes, and for example, in one box, queens lost. One queen lost, another lost, another lost, and bees go away. So we can take brood and food from another mini plus and put again. So it's very easy because also we have during the season we have some kind of basic mini plus apiaries, not split it, but 2, 3, or 4 boxes, and we can use and take some from time to time some frames with what we want from them and put again to mini plus system.
Yeah, resource hives.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And when you put the cell in the mini plus, how long do you wait before catching the queen?
When we put queen cells, how long? I think that 14 days after, and after 14 days she start laying eggs. Sometimes 12, sometimes 10. Of course, the fasters start laying eggs at 6 or 7 day after. So because of course we have maybe not complicated or maybe complicated system for planning it. So we know if we put queen cells, we know what day she queen is catching, and we have to count usually after 2 weeks, so 14 days, she start laying eggs.
Yeah, but when do you remove her for sale? After how long?
The same day, or for 45, 14, 50, 16 days. We take her and sell at the same day. So we have to planning it. And in that box, we put at the same day when we take mated queens, we put queen cells, new one.
Excellent.
Yes.
All right. Well, thanks a lot for answering those questions, Monica. I really appreciate it. Could you tell listeners how, if they want to come and do a really, really good course on learning how to raise queens, how can they get in touch with you?
Yeah, so you can found me on Facebook, of course, and we have also websites. And also you can contact with me by Messenger or WhatsApp or another ways, and yeah, I can send link for insemination course or breeders apiary. We also invite in our apiary people to learn. On that year, we will have 3 guys from Nigeria, first time from Africa. So yeah, 1 week and 2 weeks. So it's very nice because they help us, we learn them, and it's win to win.
Yeah. Well, thanks a lot, Monica, for being on the show. Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.